Welcome back, guys. I hope you enjoyed the last video, even though it was quite a long one. But we're just going to carry on here. It turns out that Aeris has gone missing. We're going to have to go and try and find her. So now we're going to have to head out and try and find Aeris. When you're ready though, if you've got any tinkering about to do, then do it now. And then we're going to head towards the top of the map. We're going to be wanting to head to Bone Village. So I'll hop onto the tiny Bronco and we'll head out up this way. And we've finally arrived. So first of all, speak to this guy here. We're going to be wanting to look for the lunar harp. Make sure you don't choose for other treasure or anything, we just want to be concentrated on the lunar harp for now. And just place a few guys around, and then it's where their line of sight meets, which is where the item should be, and hopefully straight away you'll get the lunar harp. Okay, that's brilliant, so now we can head into the forest. And because we have the lunar harp, it will wake up and we can actually make our way through. But in this area, don't just run straight through it, because if you watch the trees, you'll see a little red dot floating about. That's actually another summon materia. You will get it, it's not too difficult. There we go. And that's quite an interesting one. There's quite a few different elements with that summon. Make sure you head under here. Water ring. That'll come in handy actually for a boss fight coming up. So make sure you equip one of your characters with it. Okay, so now we're in the ancient city. Fortunately, there's no random battles around here, so you can just get around everything really fast. If you head this way first, and down into this house, there's an item for you to pick up, and a save point. I will head down this way. Run down the stairs here. And there should be an item towards the end. There we go. It's not bad. And we're just going to head back towards this way. Down to this little house down here, or hut, or whatever it is. God source. And then lastly, head towards this one. And we'll stop here for a little bit. So now we're going to head back over this way, and we're going to go down the middle bit this time. That's where Cloud can hear Aeris' voice coming from, and that is indeed where she is. And before you head down that path there, just make your way all the way up here, because you definitely don't want to miss the comet materia. That's a really good one to have. And now we'll make our way down. Quite an interesting place. But Aeris is right at the bottom of it. Now you can save your game here if you want to. The boss fight coming up isn't overly difficult. And there she is. Now this is probably Final Fantasy VII's most iconic moment. And back then things like this didn't happen all too often in games, where you lose a main character of a game. It was quite unheard of. I'd already heard about this bit, but I'd never gotten that far, so the first time I ever played through this bit, it's quite upsetting to watch, really. I never really cared for Aeris much until I got to this point for the first time, and then since then it's been a rather sad moment to sit through, really, but I'm just going to let you sit through and watch it now. The first time I ever watched that, my mouth was just wide open the whole time. I just couldn't believe what had happened, really. You may or may not have noticed in the video clip that 1 minute is wearing gloves and then the next minute is not. But either way, he's just taken Aeris, so he's just going to have to pay for that. And he will. And I think what makes a lot of people tear up at this moment as well is not just the fact that you've lost Aeris, but it's Cloud's reaction to it as well, because he's quite an unfeeling person, and then you see how upset he is, so that's quite touching really. But like, it's not bad enough losing Aeris, it then throws you into a boss fight straight after. The fight itself is not too difficult, especially if you equip that water ring, because then one of your characters won't take damage from it. So probably just best to use limit breaks or something to get rid of it. Now all that's left is for the other characters to say goodbye, and then we can move on. And we've just reached the end of what would have been disc 1. We'll leave it there for this part. I hope to catch you over in the next video. And please feel free to like and subscribe.